Greetings, fellow captains. Good morning, and hope you're all having a good day. Right, okay, so I don't know if this was announced yesterday or today. I've been living under a rock. Nah, I had a really busy day today. Yesterday, the wife was doing her first sort of not night shift. Technically, she was on a really weird shift, so basically, I had no time to stream or do anything. So we're going to have a quick look at the details for the new game mode that they're introducing, which is Brawl, and we're having 3 seasons of it. So we're gonna have a look through there. Obviously, we are live whilst doing this as well, so it's nice to get some feedback. I'm going to be talking about like what ships I would pick, etc. As we're going through the notes. So yeah, let's dive in, shall we? Shall we take a gander here? Spicy. That's the word that comes to mind when talking about Brawl. Okay. So see for yourself. The all-new game mode allows for tons of variation, tweaks, and shenanigans to make gameplay varied and unusual as it gets. You have a chance to find out how it feels in game very soon. Do not hesitate to send us feedback. Even the most crazy ideas regarding Brawl scenarios, just reach out to us via Discord or by any other available means. So the Brawl is coming in as a limited time season, just like Arena and Ranked. One thing to keep in this mind, it is 3v3. Full divisions are allowed, but matchmaking will only pair divisions against other divisions. So it's time to show off your team play skills. This, I think, is going to make a lot of people quite happy. The fact that divisions will only go up against other divisions. There'll be none of this, oh, well, divisions are too powerful, or oh, I play solo. Like, yeah, I 100% agree with this decision. So let's proceed to extract season details. And of course, the ships, we'll discuss the ships. We might not pay too much attention to wargaming on this. So a couple of shout outs to people in chat. Strain Toast, how you doing? The Endeavour, Mr. Williams, how are you? Captain Noodles, it has been a while, how you doing? Right, so let's get on to Season 1, Cruise Control. So as you probably could have guessed, this season is all about cruisers. Speed and damage output have both been increased. Okay, so this is starting on the 4th of August, so in 2 days' time. If you're watching this on the day of release, obviously, being the 2nd of August. So Tier 5 ships, only cruisers, maximum team size 3. Consumable reload is 70% quicker. Main battery gun reload is 30% quicker. Ships move 80% faster. Main battery turret traverse is 100% quicker. And damage dealt by cruisers is increased by 50% with an 8-minute battle time. What the hell? What is this game mode? Okay, so anyone who's been around for a while might remember the Rust and Rumble Halloween event. It feels like... it sounds like it's kind of like going to be a bit like that. Those ships were sort of extra maneuverable, ridiculously fast. So yeah, that's gonna mix up the gameplay quite a bit. Right, so let's see what the Sailing Robin has to say about this then, shall we? Cruiser brawls are always fun and intense due to the high octane nature. For this season, you're going to want sufficient DPM to overwhelm your opponents, and we think we found the candidates for that: the Nuremberg and the Duca de Costa. I'm going to disagree. I think the Duca de Costa might be good because the Duca de Costa is already really fast, and yeah, if you catch him on a flank, I think the Duca de Costa could do some real damage, like really quickly. But I think Mr. Robin's missing a trick here or two, so we're gonna quickly flip to the game. Right, okay, so I think that with the with the fact that it's got much higher armor, it has torpedoes. The problem with the graph is its guns don't fire very fast, but with improvements to its gun firing, I think the graph speed is going to be a good choice. Purely because you're going to just be that much more tanky than everything else in class. Absolutely sleeping on the British cruisers, because, well, essentially, all bar the Devonshire have smoke. Although, I don't know, is smoke going to be that smart of a move with how fast the ships are? But I honestly think probably the best bet is going to be the Pensacola. The Pensacola, you're going to have, you've got the super heavy armor piercing, you've got the 203mm guns, and the big problem with the Pensacola is how slow its turret traverse is. But with everyone's turrets whizzing around like no one's business, what's the turret traverse on the Pensacola going to look like? Let's have a look. Still 45 seconds for a 180 turret traverse, so cut that in half, it's going to be 22 seconds. Yeah, no, I think Pensacola is going to be Pensacola, Exeter, or the Graf Spear are going to be my picks. What do you guys think? Obviously, if you're in the live chat, type away. But if you're not in the live chat, leave a comment, and I'm always open to discussions about what ships are going to be good. But yeah, I think Duca de Costa, Pensacola, and the Graf are going to be they're going to be the ones I'm going to look at picking. So they're going to Garibaldi every ship. Yes, they are. So what do we get for playing Brawls? Okay, so I'm guessing 11 wins is going to be the max by the looks of this. So 2 rare boosters, 100,000 credits to get a win. 2 rare credit and Commander XP boosters for 3 wins. For 5, it's going to be a day of premium and 2 rare battle boosters. 7, 5 type 2 camos and some more rare ship boosters. 9, 100,000 Commander XP and 1,000 global XP. And for victories, 3 promotion orders. So the rewards aren't massive. You know, these are not ranked or arena level rewards. The rewards are significantly lower. Oh yes, I need to put that screen back on. Right, okay, so season 2 will be big boats. I'm assuming this is going to be battleships. It is. So we're talking, how quick will the Dallas shoot? Oh, the Dallas, actually, that's a good call there. The Dallas might be overpowered as hell. Main battery guns reload 30% faster. See, this is why it's nice to do this kind of stuff live, because you know you'll get an observation that you wouldn't have normally thought about. So take 2 seconds. Like, you're talking maybe 5.5 seconds. Yeah, it's going to be somewhere around there. Without me busting out my calculator, my mental arithmetic is crap. So calculator, so 7.7, and we will times that by 0.7. Yeah, 5.25 seconds with my current build. So yeah, the Dallas is going to be throwing a lot of heat around. But then, so you know, you've got things like the Leander. I think has the same. So talking about just over 5-second reload on something like the Leander. The Graf Spee, that's reload is going to be down to 14 seconds. So maybe the Graf Speed might not be a fantastic pick. Pensacola's base reload is 15 seconds. So that will be 10-ish, about 10 seconds. So yeah, I still think the Pensacola is going to be super strong in this. So we're going to scroll on down and check out big boats. So big boats are going to be battleships. So the tweaks, 70% quicker consumable speed. So right, so these are the same. Main battery reload 30% quicker. Ships move 80% faster. Main battery turret turns 100% quicker. Damage dealt by battleship increased by 100%. What was it for? Damage dealt by cruise is only 50%. So there are minor tweaks to each season. So damage dealt by battleships increased by 100%. 8-minute battle timer. Divisions are 3. Divisions will only play divisions. And these are going to be on Big Race, Fault Line, New Dawn, Sea of Fortune, and Strait. So 3v3, what's your approach? An aggressive build, focus on early striking and close quarters combat, or medium range survivability set, simply wear out your opponents before they get a chance to deplete your hit points. For this season, Sailing Robin suggests the Gun Eisenhower or the Strasbourg. Interesting choices. I think obviously the point of the Gun Eisenhower is to push in and brawl for close quarters with the torpedoes. Obviously, Strasbourg, while boasting main battery gun reload will definitely help. So the Strasbourg, he's thinking will be quite good to hold back and play at distance. Honestly, I think Nelson. If you've got the Nelson, like with everything doing so much more damage, the super heals on the Nelson are going to be insane. They're going to be absolutely crazy. If you have the premium tier 6 Nelson, why you wouldn't pick the Nelson, I don't know. I think the Nelson does have a minor issue with regards to its bow being a tad bit on the weak side. Let's have a look. But I don't think anything at tier 6 can overmatch it. It's only tier 7s. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at these tier 6 battleships, shall we? So armor. This is what I'm interested in. So 25mm bow plating. Alright, okay, so we have to times that by 14.3% for overmatch. So 357s, well 358s, okay, 358s are needed to overmatch it. What's got the biggest guns besides Nelson at the tier? Alright, North Carolina has 4 or 6s, so North Carolina could be a problem. I believe it's only the North Carolina. What's the Nagato got? Oh, North Carolina's got 4 10s. Actually, there's a lot of ships that can overmatch the bow of the Nelson. But it's not something 380. It's not something I see really happening much unless it's like an Iowa or the like. But I still think Nelson's going to be good, because with the reload on everything being so much faster, on the consumables 70%, like super heal, like survivability by far the most. I think you're also going to get a lot of people bow tanking and trying to abuse will to rebuild, particularly if you're going to be playing against divisions. So Nelson has the advantage of having absolutely ridiculous HE available to it. So that's going to counter a lot of the bow tanking, and it's going to counter will to rebuild because of the fires. So I'm definitely saying Nelson. I think if we're going to look at, I think we should only look at tech tree ships. Nelson's been the premium. I say North Carolina. North Carolina has the big guns. It can overmatch Most of the bows, what did we say it was, his 410mm guns, right? 406. So 406. So if we divide that by the same 14.3, so it can overmatch 28mm of armor. That's going to be the bows of everything at tier 6. I believe, or most of them at least. Let's have a quick look. What's tough? Sinop. Sinop is a hardy boat. So it has got the icebreaker, but the rest of it's 25mm. So if you aim for the if Sinop's bow tanking, if you aim for the upper part of the front, you can blow straight through it with a North Carolina. I think the Colorado is just going to be too slow to be effective. So Colorado, I think, is out. So yeah, North Carolina. I think North Carolina and Gun Eyes now are probably going to be the best tech tree versions. And if you are fortunate enough to have premium, like Nelson would be my ultimate choice. Are the maps shrunk down though like previous ranked seasons? If so, Brawl will just be another YOLO fest of torpedo battleships. That is correct, and at the moment we don't know. They haven't mentioned smaller maps. Obviously, if the maps are smaller, Gunai's now a Shan host. Those are going to be the only two ships you're gonna play. Or those are the only two ships you're gonna win in. Put it that way. But for that detail there, Cranky, we're just gonna have to wait and see, unfortunately. Right, okay, let's get back to the notes. So, alright, rewards are slightly different for tier 6. 1 victory is going to give you 3 rare ship boosters, 50,000 credits, 5 type 3 camos. 3 victories, 3 rare XP boosters, 100,000 commander XP and 1,000 global XP. 5 3 rare battleship boosters, a day of premium. 7 3 rare credit boosters and 100,000 credits. 9 1 rare global XP booster and a day of premium, and 3 promotion orders for the victory. And quick catch up with chat. Load in. Can you take a look at the Shan host? I'm trying to avoid premiums because not everyone has premiums. The Shan host, for all intents and purposes, is Gunai's now, but with 12-inch guns, but much faster reloading guns. I think the Shan host, if you've got it and your plan is to get in there and brawl, is going to be really strong, purely because of how fast that's going to be able to fire. And if you're used to the Shan host, you know you don't particularly go for citadels. You aim for the sort of the upper belt and cause lots of consistent damage, and with the 100% bonus to damage and the torpedoes, I think Shan host is going to be particularly nasty. But it's just got to get close enough in the first place. So you're probably going to need a division of people willing to brawl and get in there for the Shan host, organised now to really work. Good morning, Mr. Flint. Nice to see you here. Mike the Sniper found out that thing I told you about, the bug in the bureau. Yeah, I'm gonna do a video on that. Shh, don't tell everyone. Yeah, I hope they don't go for the shrunk down maps, especially not for battleships and cruisers. For DDs, it doesn't really matter, but for battleships, I hope they don't. And talking about DDs, moving on swiftly to Season 3. Torpedo beats, so this is going to be destroyers only. So this is going to be a tier 4 season, with the Janway being excluded because deep water torpedoes can't strike destroyers, which would be an incredibly stupid ship to pick anyway. So consumables reload 70% quicker, torpedo launchers reload 70% quicker, ships move 80% faster, but torpedo damage is reduced by 70%. Artillery disabled. Right, okay, so this is actually quite interesting. So this is literally purely torpedo on torpedo action. Literally, you can't use your guns at all. I was going to go Farragut. Like, why would you pick anything else? But right, okay, so Farragut is absolutely useless. So T-22 are suggested by Sailing Robin for a competitive reload, solid torque damage, and a high hit point pool, and Hotnick for its ability to completely flood the area with torps. Right, okay, so click, there we go. So let's have a look at tier 4 destroyers. I hadn't read these fully, and when I seen it I was like obviously you're gonna pick the Farragut. Why is the Farragut useless? Because the Farragut no guns. There are no guns in this game mode for DDs. It is purely torpedoes. Purely torpedoes, nothing else. Right, okay, so wait, am I missing something here? So it's tier 4. It's tier 4. Right, okay. Yeah. That's why I'm looking at tier 6. I was like, it's tier 4. What? I'd really confused myself. There we go. Right, okay. So, if you're going to use an American, I'm pretty sure I'd go for the Hill, because doesn't the Hill has an extra torpedo launcher over the Farragut, I believe? Yeah. Kamikaze, 70% torpedo firing reduction. Right, you don't have to worry about gunboats. Kamikaze is going to be absolutely disgusting. Right, okay, because if you've got Gunzo, like I have, my torpedoes already reload in 33 seconds. So there's a 70% reduction in torpedo reload time. Yeah, so if I times that by 0.3, you're talking a 10-second reload time on a Kamikaze. 10 seconds. That's freaking insane. Not only that, you've got the 3x2. So yeah, Kamikaze is going to absolutely I think Kamikaze is going to absolutely rule this this mode. Hotnick will suck because of the horrible rudder shift. Cranky, I'd be inclined to agree there. I would. Learning to fish, drop in at $10. Thank you very much. Where's the steel? Yeah, there is no steel rewards for this whatsoever. That's something I didn't think to take notice of. T22 has a can have a nice advantage if you have Blue Fioria. With Blue Fioria stats. Wow, getting loads of likes. Thank you, Mr. Flint and Chris, for the likes over on Facebook there. So we can get the torpedo reload down to 43 seconds, and do the same quick bit of maths. 43 seconds times by 3. 43 seconds times by 0.3 will give us 12.9 second reload. But got to take into account that's 8220, and that's also times by 0.3. So our torpedoes are only going to do 2,400 damage a piece. Wow, this is something I didn't consider. If we look at the Kamikaze, go back to the Kamikaze. So we for all intensive purposes, we do 13,000 damage per torpedo. So times that by 0.3. So it's basically taking that down to just shy of 4,000 damage per torpedo. So you're looking at hitting another kamikaze with 3 torpedoes. Anything else pretty much with 4 torpedoes. So yeah, torpedo damage is going to be something that we're going to have to consider a little bit more. I still think kamikaze is going to be great. Jaguar was mentioned by Cranky. I'm running a TD with a ramming build. That's probably not a bad idea, actually. I think the Jaguar is actually going to be a really good call. So 77 second reload, which is actually going to give us a reload of 23 seconds for 2 sets of 3 torpedoes. But individually, they're going to do a lot more damage. That's going to be, so they got a base of 18,400. So they are going to do just over 5,500 damage. So, poof, do you know what? Is going for the DD with the highest hit points going to be the smart move? Someone just had mentioned something which was actually a similar thought to what I was having. Where is he? Grumps. Ramming damage dealt, ramming damage taken. Look at me now. Standoff fall is going to be pointless. You can run back in stock. Yeah, good old Mr. Smart on the Acaster could be an interesting one. But yeah, I'd definitely look at buffing for health. I still think probably the kamikaze is going to get away with it. The Ahotnik, like Sailing Robin mentioned. So let's have a quick look at the Ahotnik. Right, okay, so the Ahotnik does have the advantage of the fact that it's got 4 times 3 torpedo launchers, but the torpedoes are really short range at only 4.5 kilometers. So what sort of reload are we looking on here? So 47 seconds is going to be about 14 seconds. So it's going to have a really quick reload. And the torpedoes are also going to do about 4k damage each as well. Use smart with sims. That could be a good idea. But yeah, the Jag is going to have fast torps. It's going to be quite agile, and it's going to have quite a lot of hit points. I think Cranky might be onto something there. But this is going to be the killer for the Ahotnik. So we've got a 730 meter turning circle. Yeah. Whereas let's have a look at Visby might be a shout actually. 540 meter turning circle on a Visby, 2.5 second rudder shift time. Torpedoes. Oh, yeah. The Visby actually is probably going to be a terrible idea because its torpedoes are going to do like 1,000 damage each. Oh, not quite, but its torpedoes are not going to do a lot of damage. Where's the Jaguar? We were looking at the Jaguar. I think the Jaguar is still looking to be potentially the king here. So, maneuverability 660 meter turning circle. So that's a big difference. The Ahotnik is just not So the Hotnik is going to be you're either going to be a hero or you're going to be a massive failure. Like, that's it. There's no middle ground. You're going to charge in, and you're either going to absolutely wreck them all instantly because of the additional speed. So you're going to get there. You're going to be spotted, but you're going to be in their face a lot faster than usually expected. And like, if you can dump all of your torpedoes quick enough without getting hit, maybe some evasive tactics like slamming on the brakes, so on and so forth. And yeah, it's two ways. It's hero or zero. That's it. No, Jean Way, I would have taken that just to goof a game or two, says Crom. Well, yeah. It would be hilarious. They should not exclude it from being picked. It would be hilarious just to see how many people are just silly enough to pick it. Do I see anything else being viable? I really don't. So, like, Kamikaze, just because it's going to be a bit sneakier, and that 10-second reload on torpedoes is going to be stupid. But obviously, you can have like 10,000 hit points. You're going to be really weak. Jaguar is going to be, yeah, sort of highest chance of survivability. And if you want to be potentially a legend, potentially screamed at by everyone you team with, the good old party bus could be the way to go. I think that might be the way to go, actually, in all fairness. But no, I'm not gonna. No, it's not. I'm not gonna write it. I'm personally probably. I'm gonna pick the Kamikaze. If things aren't working out with the Kamikaze, the Jaguar is gonna be my second pick. And if I'm just feeling dumb, the Hotnik. I don't think anything else is really all that viable. T22, you don't want to take Blue Fioria on her, actually, sort of looking at it, because the reduction in your torpedo damage, you can't take that reduction in torpedo damage for a faster reload. Like, it's just not viable with the damage reduction. So let's have a look. What's the damage going to be like? So it's going to be 4,000 with Blue Fioria, without Blue Fioria, sorry, and a 20-second reload on the torps. Whereas if you go for the insane torp reload, you are going to end up with so a 43-second reload. So you're looking at a 12-13 second reload on your torps, but only 2,500 damage per torpedo. So you're talking almost 10 torpedoes to take out a Jaguar. It's definitely not worth it. That would be a stupid pick. You'd be better off running the 20-second reload and the 4.5k damage. I think one potentially saving grace for the Hotnik, because Sailing Robin mentioned it, is going to be the ships move 80% faster. So if the ships are moving 80% faster, I'm assuming your speed reduction is going to be 80% faster as well as your acceleration. So the Hotnik might be able to do the old jam on the brakes, throw it into reverse, possibly. But I still don't think it's a smart decision. Retro, waiting for my invite. this is my party. In all fairness, this morning's just going to be a really quick stream. I have been working hard. I've already done 2 videos this morning, ready for the week. I'm probably going to try and produce another 2 or 3. But yeah, so I think we've pretty much covered everything there. I think we've covered the 3 seasons. I think Brawl could be interesting. I don't know. I'd like to see possibly 1 versus 3 come out, because they're saying you can do anything. Like the scenarios, just give them crazy scenarios. So like 3 tier 5s against a tier 7, or a Yamato against 3 tier 6s. I think that could be interesting. Can you still use smoke? You can still use smoke. You will be able to use smoke, but honestly, I think with how fast the ships are going to be able to move, I don't think smoke is going to make any sense at all. So when you say, like, I don't know, what's an average DD? About 35 knots. So if we times that by 71.7%, you're talking like 60 knots. Some of these DDs are going to be traveling at. So I don't think smoke is. Smoke's not going to work. This is literally, you're going to just be sailing around like absolute raging idiots. Other thing. Well, so let's have a look. So, like, what's the speed on a Jaguar? A Jaguar is going to be fast, isn't it? So yeah, Jaguar is going to be able to travel at 39 times by 1.7. A Jaguar is going to be able to do 66 knots. Yeah. So Jaguar can outrun a Jaguar's torps. Kamikaze, what's a torp speed are we looking at with this? 72 knots. Caster, 63 knots. Where's the old party bus? I don't think the party bus's torpedoes are fast. 62 knots. So that's something to take into account when you're looking at, like, most ships will be traveling, faster or the same speed as your torpedoes. You'll literally just be able to turn out and run away from them. I don't know. I think I'm quite interested in the other 2, the battleships and the cruisers. I think that's going to be good. I don't know if they've really thought about the torpedo one. I think the tactic is going to be let your teammates die and get them to chase you, because you can turn and fire torps at them that they're going to be rushing towards, and if they fire torpedoes at you, you're just going to be able to outrun them. It's going to be stupid. It could be fun. I've got a feeling this particular one is going to be quite stupid. But anyway, we'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully we'll get some time to live stream all of these as well. I don't know whether to go alone or see if I can put together a bit of a Chad team for it. We'll have to wait and see. But on that bombshell, on that note, I think we're going to call it there. I think we've covered them fairly well, and I want this to be something that could be viewed back rather than like a 3-hour stream. So thank you very much, everyone, for stopping by, and of course, until next time, take care.